recently got a PS Vita lately, and if you guys have been following on Twitter, you guys know that I've been like gaming like non-stop. I was talking to my friend Haley a few weeks ago, and she was like, ever since you got the Vita, I feel like you don't want to do anything with your life anymore. And that's kind of true. I mean, I get so attached to my game consoles that I will bring them with me everywhere, to bed, out, into the bathroom. And please tell me you're like this too. Do you get super attached to your game consoles? Is it just the idea that you know you might get really bored when you head out with your parents to a dinner or a nice lunch or something, and you just want to have some form of entertainment right next to you? And it kind of got me thinking, like, what is it about these game consoles, these mobile game consoles, that gets us like so addicted? Because it's not like we go up to our PS4s and like Xbox 360s and be like, yo, that's my dinner date for tonight, it's my buddy in the carpool lane, I'm good for the day. And there's just something about mobile consoles that makes them so addicting. And I mean, they were definitely created with the intention of us like taking them everywhere we go. It's not that we get really attached to the game console itself, the hardware, it's that we get really attached to the game or the story or the characters that we're playing. This is especially prevalent if you're playing an RPG game and you've totally immersed yourself into the story as the hero's protagonist. Sometimes you'll be like right up to clearing that one level or that one quest, and your mom's like, we gotta go out for lunch now, and you're like, but I need to finish this, and she's like, no, we're going now. So you take your game with you and you end up gaming through the entire lunch. Let's face it, we get distracted pretty easily. Our phones are the biggest example of this. We have such a short attention span these days that we need something to keep us preoccupied. But back to the game thing, because I feel like once I've been thrown into a video game and I've started this video game, it's like I have to stop everything in my life to finish it. It's kind of like when you get into a really, really good book and you just gotta keep reading and reading and reading till you get to the very end. And then after you finish the game, you realize that you haven't slept for 3 days, you haven't eaten for a week, and you've neglected to do like everything else in your house. And sometimes I feel like we really need a balance between like gaming and anime and our hobbies and everything else that's going on in our lives. I think gaming is a really great way to de-stress and take your mind off other things, because gaming requires and demands so much of your attention and focus. But at the same time, I think it's pretty important to like manage your time so you don't get too addicted to your consoles. Because the other night I was like, you know what? New SAO game, I'm just gonna like play the introduction, see the prologue, get a feel of it. I ended up gaming for like 4 hours, and then I didn't sleep till like 5 in the morning. It was bad. I just like passed out in bed. Actually, I remembered to charge my PSP before I went and passed out in bed. I just think with September coming up and the school year starting up for a lot of you guys, it's really important to prioritize everything. I guess this rant kind of came up because I've been gaming a little bit too much lately, and sometimes I forget about everything else when I start gaming. So I feel like I need to kind of kick myself out of that habit of sleeping too late and kind of get back into the regular routine of things. So let me know in the comments if you guys get really attached to your games. And do you also fall into that same cycle I do? You wake up and you're like, oh, I gotta sleep earlier tonight. You go and you play and you game, it gets really late, and it's like, oh, it's too late and I have to sleep. And then it's like a never-ending cycle of like sleep deprivation until you kind of like pass out in the middle of class. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found something relatable to it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this, don't forget to hit like or subscribe for more from me. And I will talk to you guys in my next video very soon. Bye!